Are you scrolling through YouTube trying to find one content creator that you trust, one that's going to give you valuable information that's just not there for affiliate links and trying to get their views up and trying to get subscribers? Well, you've landed on the right channel and the right person, because I'm here to tell you like it is. I'm not going to just take you through all these avenues and all these turns and twists and settings and things to try to help you think your channel is going to grow, while keeping you back on my particular channel to help my own channel grow. YouTube is filled with these creators. They're filled with creators that are like teachers or pretending to be teachers. I'm not going to pick on one certain person or people. I'm just going to say that when you're going through YouTube and you're a serious person, when you're trying to grow your channel, like you really want to make this a thing, you want to take this off YouTube one day, you want to make your channel big enough to maybe possibly interview with major companies and work with brands and do all these like amazing things that are going to only work if you have a larger channel, right? Some of those YouTube creators or content creators or teachers or whatever you want to call them, they say, oh, you don't need subscribers, or you only need a couple hundred or 500 or whatever it is. Don't believe all of that stuff. I'm here to tell you just straight away how it is. I'm going to be completely honest. I may even sound a little bit blunt sometimes, because I'm just simply tired of all the carousel effect with creators trying to make this passion really come true. And when you have people on YouTube trying to take you through all these settings, I've seen them all. I've seen a lot of videos. Trust me, in my early stages of trying to get my channel to grow, I would go through all those videos and just really hope that one of those people were going to maybe use less edits, less worrying about the aesthetics, more worrying about the information that is being delivered. And it's just so much going on there that I think a lot of you are becoming frustrated with it. And so this video is not going to have all those fancy edits. It's not going to have all those swishing sounds. It's not going to have a bunch of things flying around the screen to make it a cinematic experience for you. I'm just going to do one set take. And if I stutter, if I mess up, oh well. Because here's the real reason of how and the real way to grow on YouTube. And I'm going to be very honest with you. Forget about all the settings. You've seen the videos before. You've seen where to put hashtags. You've seen go through this setting, turn this one on, enable this, turn that off, and turn it. It's just not going to work. None of those things really work that much. I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of those tactics are to keep you hungry and to keep you thinking that, oh, I found that missing piece. So you keep wanting more. What is the other tactic that I need? So let's just start over. You find that one creator, they tell you all these settings to turn on and off. You do that, and then you start kind of taking that course, right? So you start taking that course, that avenue. And then after a couple of weeks, if you're patient enough, you come back and you say, wait a minute, it's not growing that much, right? So you do those things, and then you wait for that next video. What's the next thing I can do? What's the next setting I can try? What's the next thing? I'm going to tell you firsthand right now, none of those things really matter. It doesn't matter about settings. It doesn't even really matter about tags. It doesn't matter about hashtags. Do those things particularly? Will a hashtag help your video pop up maybe somewhere randomly? Possibly if someone just clicking around erratically trying to find something? Sure. Are they going to like your channel that much because of the hashtag? I would say 50-50, right? But 50-50 is not good enough. 50% is still an F, right? Not good enough. We want to build an audience. We want to build a database. We want to build a platform. We want to build our own platform. We want to grow. And all these little things that you see online, it's just incredibly frustrating, because I know what it feels like to kind of pounce, to feel like someone's pouncing on you, with the desperate people out there trying to grow and trying to be this person that they want to be. I'm going to tell you right now, the main thing that you need to do, and this is something you're not going to find on YouTube anywhere. You're not going to find in a setting. You're not going to find the right tags. It's simply just concentrating on your own craft. You have to focus on you. You have to, yes, posting consistently is obvious. Like they say that like it's not obvious. Like anything you do consistently is going to help you grow and get better. If you go to the gym consistently, if you eat better consistently, if you practice good deeds consistently, if you're a religious person and you be sure to spend time in the spiritual realm of things, you're going to be more of that, right? So anything you do consistency is going to just give you results. It's not a secret. We know that. So consistency. And then here's the thing. You're going to hit rock bottom at some point. You have those unicorns that don't, but most people are going to hit rock bottom, and they're going to start really second guessing what they're doing. I'm going to tell you that hitting rock bottom does not mean your craft is failed. Your ideas have failed. Your niche has failed. It just means that sometimes, depending on the season of what's going on in the world or what's happening, your particular thing is just hitting a little bit of a peak and valleys, pretty much peaks and valleys. So what you need to do is that when you do hit that little rock bottom, where you're getting those little gray down arrows on your settings and you're getting the little gray down arrows on your YouTube studio, just keep going. Don't blow up what you're doing just yet. Keep it going, because if you had a success before and now you suddenly don't, that means you can still have success again. It doesn't mean that your success is going to go away. But the problem is when you start seeing those gray down arrows, you start really feeling like, man, what am I doing here? Then you go on to YouTube, you start searching how to grow on YouTube, or best strategies to grow on YouTube, how to rank, all this other stuff that you probably search. You find all these creators that basically have they're not going to put your perspective into their own concern. They're just really just out there trying to focus on their own thing. And so having you come in and look up what they're doing and saying is only benefiting them, and that's fine, but you're not going to find your answers that way. Straight and point blank, you're not going to find it. And so the way you continue to grow on YouTube is you basically be consistent. And I want to keep this real easy. I'm not going to throw 20 things at you and then, like, because I threw 20 things at you, it seems like there's so much that to remember. So it seems like I gave you value because there's just too much to unpack. Too much is not always the best. So consistency, when you get the down arrows and you get that, oh, wait a minute, okay, I'm not, views are going down, they're not so good. Just keep going with the same rhythm. Keep going with the same flow, especially if that flow was okay at some point. And then the third one here, and this is the most important one, you don't need to continuously shop online for creators and find out what is it that's trending, what is it. You don't need to worry about trends. Like, you hear that in the videos, you hear people saying, go online, find what's trending, find what's trending. If it's online and trending, you're already too late. Okay? If it's online and you know it's trending, it's too late. And here's the thing, it's not sustainable. It's not going to help you for the long run. You're going to jump on that bus, but then the bus ends. You need to keep going, right? So there's no need to go and look for trends. People telling you online, oh, you need to see what's trending so you can jump on. Those people don't want to make this their forever, their lifelong, their legacy. They don't want to make this their thing. They just want to earn a couple of bucks here and there and then jump off and maybe do something else. That's fine. But most people that are serious content creators for YouTube want this to work long term. So trends are not going to work. That's not going to do it. You may get views, you may get a couple subscribers here and there, but for the long run, they're not going to know you. They're not going to know you by that anymore. And honestly, you want something sustainable. You want to be known by something and some things. So that way that flow keeps going. You want to put yourself into a perspective, into a position that you can possibly take the people out of this channel or out of this platform and move them somewhere else. And if it's a trend, they're not going to move with you. They're going to stick with the trends. The goal of YouTube is not to just sit here, stay here, and be here forever. The goal is to build a channel. What does channel mean? Channel means, like, when back in the day, for some of you, used to click the remote and go through the channels, right? Used to click through. Those channels all have a name. They all have a brand. They all have an identity. They all show you certain things. They don't show you 20 different things. They show you a certain area of things. Like if it's Animal Planet or Discovery Center or ESPN, they're showing you a channel, a network of things that are similar to one another. And yes, as we have gone into the modern day age, things are not as niche down as they used to be now. You got cooking shows showing you animal stuff now. So, but that's beside the point. You still want an identity, right? You still want to be known by something so you're easily found. Your goal is to build yourself up here, build your whole network of things that you're good at here, and possibly grow out there. Don't just stay here forever. You got to grow enough to go out there. Just like when you were growing up as a kid, you grew up and got older enough to go do your own thing, build your own, buy your own house, build your own things, right? So it's the same thing. YouTube is your nesting area for now. Hopefully you get big enough that you're known out there. And don't listen to the creators that have all these wacky, these crazy, these off the wall settings on, settings off, location settings this. Make sure to, I've heard of some crazy ones that I can't even think of all at the top of my head. There's just some crazy wacky ones out there, and they're just gonna drive you nuts. So do yourself a favor, never replace hard work for a setting to turn on and off. Don't follow the trends, because that's gonna end. Just like if someone gives you money and you don't have a job, it's gonna go away eventually, so you gotta get your own. And the other thing is, you don't need to, did I say all of them already? Trends. Don't follow trends. Don't worry about these little settings. Oh, and be consistent. That's the most important one. Don't want to forget the most important one. Be consistent. That's easily given. That's you. You can choose to be that. If you don't want to be, then you'll know that your growth will go down. You don't need a video or anybody to tell you that. That is the number one thing. And if you do that, you'll see changes. You'll see miraculous changes, but just by simply not giving up. Because at the end of the day, I think we all are here to better ourselves. I hope this video was very helpful. This is Motivate Mentality. I'm Jameson C. Montgomery, and I will catch you on the next video.